Hey guys, Fatiguu here, and this is the last part of my 4-part series on the new Gnome starting zone in World of Warcraft patch 4.0.3. These are going to be the quests that you exit the starting zone with. At the end of the video, I'm going to be doing a summary of the starting zone, including time played and the pros and cons of the starting zone and how I felt overall about it. So you're going to want to stick around for that. Alright, so now we're on our way back to High King Tinker. I'm just going to call him High King Tinker from now on because I don't feel like even trying to brutalize his proper and correct name. And we're going to report to him of our findings of what we've done in the cave to stop the Trog expansion and how we blew the wall to smithereens. How awesome is that? Pretty freaking awesome. And we get to report right back to the king. I mean, can't get much better than that, right? Right. Running through toxic water again. Yay. They really give you a debuff when you walk through that water. That'll teach them to not walk in oddly colored shit for the rest of their World of Warcraft career. That would really teach them. It would. Now, the last couple quests here are actually pretty interesting and really cool. So, here we go.
Why, hello there. How can I help?
Another really good thing about the starting zone that I haven't mentioned yet is the soundtrack is just so feel good and so epic. Yeah, that was my interpretation of the Gnome background music. How awesome was that? And this captain over here wants to give us Hinkle's Fast Blast. Wants to give us another quest to do. So this time, instead of going south, we're going north to the other end of the starting zone. But first, we're going to learn Shadow Word Pain.
Goodbye now.
Not that I'm going to remember to use it at all. But another thing I like what they've done, just came to my head as we learned the training, is they put the spells on the hotbar for you, which is really interesting. I'm not sure if I agree with that. It allows you to use the spell right away without having to confungal. I just made that word up with your spell book to get it on your bar and then do your hotkeys, because it has the hotkeys right there for you. It always did, but it still does, which is still awesome that it does that for you. Anyway, puts it on there for you, and I'm not sure if that does. I'm probably sure it does that until you have enough spells to fill it up, which is pretty good, so new players can use their new spells right away. So now we're killing some of the crazed, insane gnomes that are clearly trying to launch an assault on Tinkertown here. And we're trying to stop the assault, I guess the ones that got out of Tinkertown, and we're blowing up some of the tanks they've repaired and recovered from it. And in the quest text, when it told you to kill the mobs, it specifically said what type of mobs gave you credit for the thing. Like it said, kill advocates of this guy, and it specifically said which ones to kill, which I think is good, because when you first start out the game, I can't tell you how many times I was killing the wrong mob and was wondering why I wasn't getting experience for it. But the in-game quest helper that they've implemented also helps immensely to new players. Obviously, it's helped to everyone, maybe a little bit too much help. We're killing these guys. Notice how I haven't used Shadow Word Pain yet. Totally forgot I just trained for it 2 seconds ago. And the range of these grenades is aggravating the hell out of me as I was playing. Smite, smite, smite. The anti-Shadow Word Pain Club. Holy DPS. Yes, that is what we do. And I think just now it dawned on me that I had Shadow Word Pain on my hotbar. I hadn't used it yet because I'm just that awesome. I just realized the stuff that drops off the mobs for the vendor doesn't really give you like that much to vendor it, but it's enough that you leave with all your spells. And again, on the training, and make sure you have enough money to buy all your spells and then some left over. But you learn, and it only has 4 spells. It doesn't take off that long list like it used to. You just learn your spells, you end with something special, like you end the bubble. You end the zone by learning Power Word Shield as a priest. And there's no other things there. Alright, you learned all you can from that trainer. Let's get going to the next part of questing. I'm ready to go. I think that's really good, because the first time you train, you have this long list. Oh, you got to make sure you have enough money to learn all your spells. Oh my god, what am I going to do? But it's better. You got some money left over, and you're all good to go for the next zone. You got all the stuff you need, and I think that's good. That's good business. That's good. It's good. Fail at an accent. Fail. Let's go turn these quests in and learn Power Word Shield, huh? And what's also good is they don't make you do like a ton of walking, and all the walks are interesting. What is also good, there's our bro Face again. I guess it took me a little long to do this because he asked me if I'm almost done. So, Face gets another shout out in this series. He's a cool bro. And Face actually rolled a character to play with me, and I welcome my alliances on Undermine, so if any of you want to play with me, and there's a ding level 5, any of you want to play with me, I'm open to any of that. I'll talk to you, I'll have a nice conversation with you, I'll play with you. We ran into each other in the starting zone, as you saw. As long as you're not an annoying piece, we'll be cool. We can be good friends. Alright, so following this, I'm going to have a nice summary in about 10 seconds. So yeah, this was a really fun starting zone, and I really enjoyed this experience. So, thanks for watching, guys. My total time played for this starting zone was 40 minutes and 8 seconds. Although that might seem like a lot at first, I think it's a fine amount to get a new player intertwined in the game. I think experienced players will be able to cut that down a lot by grinding a little bit more on mobs and not reading through all the quest text like I did. Alright guys, a lot of pros to this starting zone. Very lore friendly, even though some really big lore nerds may complain to me that it's really not real lore. I think the little sort of cutscene type things that they had were really, really good and allowed people to get some backstory on American. It's really a gradual succession from being assisted to the fight to just going to talk to people, getting cleansed, and then going out and finally fighting hostile mobs. It really does a good job of just not throwing you in there. It doesn't have a lot of combat, but it has just the right amount as you face the red hostile mobs just at the end. And it's really not that much that it's like you have a real high risk of dying. It's just a good amount. You get an uncommon at level 3, and I think that really pushes you to play rather than getting one all the way at the end of the zone. You have real interaction with the world, collecting things, helping people with their prototype, and it feels like you're actually doing quests for people versus just collecting some fur for a pointless reason. Clearly, as I talk so highly about this starting zone, the cons list is going to be very small. The only thing I could say, some of the quests are a little bit confusing, where you have to follow people that just run off, and where you have to mount that thing in the beginning when you're really not sure where to go. It could confuse some very new people, but that's a very minor thing. And some of the things like the cutscene and the going through the whole cleansing process and assisting people may seem really cool and special at first, but I think maybe down the road for a lot of the more experienced players that are alcoholics, it could get a little bit annoying. And that's about it on the new Gnome starting zone, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the series, and please rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. See you later.